Hey everyone, this is going to be a video. I'm going to try to completely free form as far as I didn't actually even wanted to do a pencil. Was I intending to do this? Well, you know what, whatever. I wasn't intending to do a pencil outline. I just wanted to go straight into watercolor. But anyway, but I wanted to be quick, and this is again just to an exercise to test my how can I put this? I guess my ability to just draw really quickly and to be able to capture the what's the word? Capture the composition that I have in my mind as quickly as I possibly can. And so, yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave that like that. Maybe, there we go, the indicator. You know, as much as I've been drawing and painting mailboxes, you think I would research what this is. I just call it the mail indicator. You know, whether you are mailing out or, you know, so I don't know. Those who watch, you can comment and be like, hey, it's actually called this. I just call it the mailbox indicator lever. I guess I should have probably do some research before making this video. That would I guess that would be helpful. But anyway, I don't want this to be too long. And here we go. Blah blah blah. Boom. Okay. So yeah, sometimes having to even if it's just sketching something really quickly, it helps train your mind to process the information as quickly as you can, and it provides that discipline of, okay, you know, minimizing the amount of strokes that you use, and that way, because sometimes, you know, I know for me, I can have a wasteful economy of strokes, pen strokes, and you know, we'll keep it PG. And so when you do an exercise like this, you're training your mind and your motor functions of, okay, just achieve the desired goal, and as what's the word? I don't know, this morning I'm like struggling for word choice. It just trains your mind to be able to capture something, capture an image very quickly, to be, you know, very decisive in your creation, and so yeah, it's just a real helpful tool in that regard. That way you're not lingering. Some of the benefits, I mean, there's really no disadvantage. Well, I guess if you were commissioning something, you would want to make sure that you do it well, unless of course the client is already accustomed to what your final product tends to be, and so then there's no issue with that. But just the practice, like a quick form, whether it's a quick form sketch or simply a Now I'm trying to think of where I'm going to do the light source. Do it from this side or the front. I think a lot of my previous illustrations has always been from the front, so I'll do a light source coming from this side here. So I add some more shaded spots in the opposite direction. But yeah, but it builds that confidence as well, so that when you are not pressed to complete a piece, you have that command of creating a certain composition, a certain angle, and your mind has been like conditioned to capture certain imagery as quickly as that, you know. So you're it helps with the creation process, so that way you're not like you know, you're not doing like 15 strokes. As an example, you're not like sketching and you're doing that just to create a line. No, you just have a confident stroke, one line type thing, or even maybe two, but it's not like 15 lines or 15 strokes to to achieve one line, you know. You know, you can apply multiple strokes in a different scenario, but sometimes when it comes to creating, unless you are really looking at achieving a certain look, you can add as many strokes as you want. And honestly, in the end, I mean, it's no big deal. You want to add multiple strokes to what you're doing, just add the strokes, you know. But if you are looking at adjusting your your ability to create at a faster pace, then doing something like this will help. Now, of course, you don't need to record it. I'm just doing this because this is what I do with my videos. You can just do it on your own, you know, just practice, and perhaps time yourself. That'll be helpful, you know, whether you use your watch, your phone, or a stop clock. Just do that. Time yourself and see, okay, was I able to do this in you know, 15 minutes? Right now it's 8 minutes, and I think I'm going to, I don't know what my target, maybe my target would be 15 minutes, because that's going to work for an upload with YouTube, so that would help for that. So that's what I'm going to do. And so yeah, I'm actually, this is not going to be my really official last what am I looking for? This won't be my last mailbox, but I am gonna venture into spider webs, because I've been encountering a lot of spider webs at my workplace. And just now, when I say encounter, I'm thankfully not walking into spider webs. It's just that I've been seeing a bunch of them through window panes, and I mean, I've always been fascinated. Now, I'm not a spider fan, so I have that disclosure, make that disclosure right there and then. But I have I've always been intrigued by just the web construction and the amount of work that goes in. And you know, being a kid and having some time to, man, these, I may need to get some new pens. I mean, this is a watercolor paper surface, so it's a lot more rough. But using this brush pen, sometimes it's just, yeah, it's too thick. I'm not getting my line depth that I actually really want. I should have probably just used an actual paintbrush. It's kind of late for that, but yeah. So you're gonna see a lot more of some web pieces, illustration. So I've been really inspired by that. Just seeing like an undisturbed web, and then seeing ones that have been, destroyed by a combination of wind damage and perhaps too large of certain prey caught in the web and either breaking free or the tussling between the spider and that particular insect. So yeah, it's just been fascinating to see recently, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I tried taking a photo of one and didn't really work out, didn't really have that proper contrast, but I've made a lot of mental notes, so I can go into my my mental storage filing cabinet and move on from there. So yeah, so the next few pieces will be a lot of spider webs and perhaps some spiders also. So advance apologies to anyone that suffers from arachnophobia. So just so you know that it's not going to jump off from the page, and you should be fine, but if you are absolutely terrified, and then I'm totally fine if you're like, yeah, I'm going to take a hard pass, don't really want to see any type of spider content. I completely understand. So 12 minutes, well, 12:57 seconds. Gonna add some light sauce here. There we go. And so like I said, it's very quick. Just wanted to show in real time, because when I speed up the video, for any aspiring artists, sometimes it may seem like, man, was anything cut? I don't really cut anything unless there's like dead space. And by that I mean if I step away from the table and it's been like 2-3 minutes, then I'll cut that, because otherwise you'll just be looking at a screen and it'll just be like that. And even when I'm speeding it up like 20% or whatever, it's still some dead space. So I think, yeah, what okay, 13 minutes. And you want to be fair with yourself, so I'm going to stop when it is 15 minutes, 14 minutes 3 seconds, because that way it really forces your hand to be, okay, you know what, there's certain things I could have done differently, and helps you to improve upon those things. So I'm going to do that. 19 minutes. So let me just cover some of that negative space in the background. I know I've been drawing a lot of weeds, and I don't know, I just like drawing weeds and bush. So now I'm just going to do maybe some overhang distant trees in the background. 47 seconds, 10 seconds, and I think that is, yep, 48, 49, 15 seconds. All right, that's that. Put my little signature here. Today's the 4th of the 25th in the year of 26. So yeah, quick little exercise. There's things I still want to do, but I'm going to be true to it. I'm not going to add anything else to it. It feels kind of bland, and I think I could have added more detail if I wasn't to focus on certain line work. Proportions are off. As you can see, that's wider up there and it's thinner up there, but it's just a speed exercise. And honestly, I think if I'll do this again, perhaps with pencils. Pencils are my strongest medium, and I haven't done pencil work in quite some time because I've been trying to focus on my weaker or more of my shortcomings with certain mediums like watercolor, and then I've fallen in love with watercolor, and so I haven't really done a lot of penciling, and so because my progression has been penciling is my most proficient, then some inking, then coloring, and then in coloring it was usually color pencils. Until I said, you know what, let me try watercolor. I always, and I've said this many times, always have a deep appreciation and admiration for elite watercolor artists and just their techniques and style, and of course all that stuff comes in time, and you know, it's usually folks who are gifted with a. And as they are gifted, even with the time put in to further refine that gift, it's just incredible to see. You know, it's just like an oil painter, and you know, I'm just fascinated with art and artists who have achieved a certain style, technique, and a level of proficiency, and so yeah, so with this I'm like, ooh man, there's a lot of stuff I want to do that I can do, but this is an exercise. It's like a speed exercise, and so hope you enjoy the time. It's 17 minutes. This is the outro. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe or hit a like. Get my subscription counter up, and of course, if you're watching this on Facebook, appreciate a share as well. And thanks for your time. And until next time, grace and peace.